Everyone, I am so excited to be joining in on the Traci Reed Summer Camp YouTube hop with my other creative team members. The collection came out on Friday, June 3rd, and I just absolutely love this collection. It is going to be so versatile. Traci's kit is not intended for camping necessarily. It's just intended for nature, enjoying nature, the outdoors. It has a beautiful color scheme and so many die cuts as always. So my first thought when I saw this kit is that it was going to be great to document some hikes with my husband. So in this process video, that's what I will be doing. A 6x8 pocket page spread with most these photos right here and document a hike we took in early May. I also am going to do a journal spread with some stickers. I printed them on clear because I couldn't find my matte paper, but I can just cut these out and then adhere them with some white paper that I love to use. So I can do that. Ideas that I have right now for this project, and like I said, I'm excited to dive into this kit, play with it, and put together this spread. Especially with this photo my husband got of me standing on the cliffside. It was just a great photo. So good job to my hubby. Okay, I am going to get my page protectors and switch to voiceover, and that way I can start putting this together. All right, let's go. I am going to start with the left-hand side of this project with the main 4x6 photo of myself. I printed out one of the neutral papers. It's kind of a whitewash gray. I'm going to put that on the left-hand side, and I also have a green piece of paper with a tree pattern on it. I'm going to use that in kind of a staggered fashion, and you'll see what I mean in a little bit. So I'm going through this little tray of die cuts to kind of pick out what I want to use for my spread. I know I want to use some of the, I want to call them like badges. You know how you earn badges sometimes at summer camp, or at least that's what I saw in the movies. But I pulled out several of those, also some flowers and also some clouds and flowers and trees and all those kind of stuff. And I'm going to have a lot of fun putting them on the right-hand side of the page, and I'm excited to build that. So I'm going to first place everything and kind of make sure I have it where I want and know the general order of things, and then I'll move it off of the page and adhere it down. I know that kind of seems like extra work, but I really wanted to figure out how I wanted my pieces first. I also grabbed a little mountain. There was a mountain die cut, so I'm definitely going to use that. I'm going to tuck that under the second little badge, and I love the one that says think outside, no box required. That's so perfect. And also the bright colored one that says one with nature. Okay, so I have the general order of how I want things, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere down my photo. I decided to pop dot my photo with some foam on the 4 different sides, and I also took the green paper and tore it. Normally, I think when you tear paper, you're supposed to tear it first and then adhere it down, but I didn't think about tearing until after I adhere it down. But either way, I don't think it matters. So I tore it to give it just a little more emphasis, and I will do the same on the other little chunk of paper that I have. And like I said earlier, I'm going to do it staggered. So by staggered, I meant that I have one long piece down there, and then the other piece is going to face more towards the left-hand side. So it's staggered away from each other, if that makes sense. I'm adding the foam to the back of my photo, and again, I think I've mentioned this in a few videos. I decided I would try these adhesive foam sheets from Michaels, and so I have to put adhesive down and then the foam, and then an adhesive strip comes off. I don't know if that was a good idea on my part, but I'm trying it, and I'll let you know if I like it, but it does seem at this point a little bit of extra work. I am ready to build that column of die cuts and super excited about it. Starting with a cloud and a little tree. I'm going to add in a sun later on, but for right now it's going to be a yellow flower. I add in a orange arrow below that badge and also a leaf behind the badge up at the top, and I kind of crinkle the corners to give it a little more dimension. The die cuts also come with these really awesome stars, so I'm kind of using those as a great way to add visual interest all over my page. I'll tuck in some flowers and cut them in half, that way I can use them twice. And with the mountain, what I had to do is put some glue at the top of the mountain to tuck under the green badge, and then some foam at the bottom, so that way it was lifted and at the same level as the photo. I am finishing that column with Think Outside, no box required, that little badge, and I'll also add in a cloud down at the bottom. I'm going to go digging back through my die cuts to get something else to add to this page, and what I decide on is the geometric shapes that Traci added. So I'm going to add in just a few of those, a yellow one and an orange one. And as you can see, I just switched the yellow flower for the sun because I thought that worked much better. And I love those clouds. They have so much awesome detail to them. I love them. So I am gluing everything down. It works much better than trying to get out my big old adhesive. I have my ATG like roller thing, and I am always getting the glue stuck in there or just ripping it. And my husband is nice enough to fix it for me because I just can never fix it. Okay, so I pulled out the geometric shapes. As you can see, there was an orange one, cut it in half, and also used a yellow one up by the one with nature. I am almost done with this spread, and then I'll work on the pocket page. And the pocket page will be a lot simpler. Over on the left top corner, I decided to add a banner that says "Go Outside," and trimmed off the banner portion on the left-hand side by the word "Go." So my page protector is going to have a few more photos, and I love that journaling card that says "Less scroll, more stroll." I pulled out the hiking boots die cut. I'm going to use that. Used another badge with the word "play" that matches the same type of colors as nature, so that way there was some continuity between those two. I'll add the foam to the boots, and then I will add in the play and half of a yellow flower to that. There isn't much to add on the pocket page, like I said, because I really wanted to keep it simple. But I did decide that since I love Traci's 5x8 TN signatures, that I'm going to put one in the middle of this whole project. It says "Nurtured by Nature," and it has like all the badges in the background and a nice, great space for journaling. So I'm going to add in my story about this particular hike and a really beautiful photo that I got on our hike. Now, mind you, I will say that I have hundreds and hundreds of photos at this point of all our hikes since the start of January. I don't know what I'm going to do with all those photos. I'm thinking of making a blurb book, just that way I can do a lot of pages, keep things very simple and just about the photos. Because there is a lot of photos and we've taken a lot of really fantastic hikes. But for now, I like to just pull out a few photos to document, or one hike to document, and kind of do it that way for now and just have fun with a few of the photos. But I do think I need to figure out what I'm going to do with all the amazing photos that I've taken. I decided for this 5x8 to put a smaller photo at the bottom of our selfie and add another cluster because I just can't resist with all these great die cuts. I put a cloud and a flower on the left-hand side and another geometric shape and also a tree. On the back side is that photo, and I kind of smudged it up at the top, and I had seen that I have fresh air, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to use that. That'll cover up the smudge on the photo, and then the adventure die cut kind of covers up the power lines that were there, and so it all worked out great. I love it. Pop dotted the word adventure, and then I'm going to add a star next to the letter A, and also a little cluster down at the bottom that says wanderer and a star. I also decided to go through my stash and find some little wood veneer embellishments that I could use. I didn't have any from Color Cast Designs, so I just found these ones, and they're just little circles, and I'm going to sprinkle those throughout the entire project. Maybe too many, but that's okay. I was trying to use them up and just add a little more texture to this page and kind of match the fresh air embellishment. And then I will start on my journaling about our hike for this particular day. This was our first hike in May, and we are fortunate to live in an area where there is a ton of different options for trails. And since January, I think we've only repeated one trail, and it has been a fantastic way to spend time together. And I'm starting to recognize plants and trees that are similar. I also love identifying them on my phone with the fancy little like swipe up. My iPhone 12 can identify plants and trees, and it is crazy and awesome, and I just love it. But more important, I just love spending time with my husband and finding all these really awesome places to visit. We both just really enjoy being outside together and trying out all the different trails. Like the one we just did, the June 2nd, that one was our hardest one yet, and it was like in the mountains and foothills, and it was so good. All right, so this page is all finished up. I'm putting it back in my album, and I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing my video, and I'd love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you're new to my channel, and don't forget to check out the other videos. All right, have a good day. Bye.